What up, World War 18? Back at it again. Welcome to the episode. Today we're diving into the Family Guy universe, and I'm breaking down a spinoff that honestly should have already existed. Think about it. Brian and Stewie carry their own episodes. They've already proven they can be funny, emotional, chaotic, dark, wholesome, everything a standalone series needs. So why didn't Fox ever pull the trigger? Well, today we're building that show from ground up. What it looks like today, how long it could run, who the audience would be, the characters, the crossovers, all of it. We're talking tone, story arcs, season structure, cameos, villains, side characters, and whether the show could actually pull numbers the way American Dad and Cleveland Show did. And honestly, the more I worked on this, the more serious the idea became. This isn't just a spinoff. This could have been Fox's next big animated series. There's one huge reason the show would have worked. A reason I haven't talked about yet, but I'm breaking it all down in this video. I've always been a fan of Family Guy. It's one of my favorite CB shows on TV. And it's super funny. And it makes no sense for them not to have their own spinoff. They already have a bunch of episodes centered around Stewie and Brian, so it makes sense for them to have their own spinoff. They can have their own intro, own theme song and everything, own character if they want to do that, if they wanted to go the same route as Cleveland Show. But I think this would actually work. That's what I'm talking about. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You're now watching.
What kind of man would I be if I ran off now?
Well, you'd be a black man.
Wow, whoa, what was that?
I'm sorry, that was my father talking.
You gotta work on that, man. That dog.
Brian and Stewie could carry their own show. People joke about it, but if you watch Family Guy long enough, you already know this duo operates on a different level. Brian and Stewie aren't just funny together, they create structure. Brian brings realism, ego, and insecurity. Stewie brings intelligence, chaos, and emotional honesty. One grounds a scene, the other detonates it.
Okay, I'll give you a tiny bit of this. It should help you sleep. What is it? It's cough syrup. It's not really for kids, but a capful is pretty harmless. So this is what Lil Wayne keeps almost dying from.
That balance is exactly why their episodes feel smarter, darker, and more layered than standard Family Guy chaos. This duo isn't a filler, it's a format. I love both of these guys. I think they would be excellent as a show if they were to do that. I think it would be probably as popular as the Cleveland Browns show, which is a good show. But I think this would be better because people love those characters and they interact with each other perfectly.
Cool whip, say whip, whip. Now say cool whip, cool whip, cool whip, cool whip, cool whip, cool whip. You're eating hair. Try explaining this to Lois. You'll wind up in a dumpster with a bunch of slow, unadoptable greyhounds.
Don't joke about that. That's like the Holocaust to us.
Yeah, well, when greyhounds start running the New York Times and the World Bank, I'll be more inclined to believe you. Now, are you coming or not?
Why Brian and Stewie episodes hit different. Whenever a Brian and Stewie episode starts, you can immediately tell that they're slower pacing, sharper dialogue, actual themes. The jokes hit because the characters are forced to talk, not react.
Oh, she can be convinced, Brian. Just let me do the talking.
No, I think I can communicate with her better. She's only gonna get the gist of what you're saying.
Really? Isn't she one of those people outside the family who can understand me?
No, I think because of Cleveland, she's close enough to the main cast that it might be a little weird.
Really? We're filming. Okay, sorry. Ring the doorbell.
These episodes don't rely on cutaways, they rely on conversation. That's not an accident. Am I wrong? They do have the cutaways, but when they are in an episode together, they are really working with each other.
It's very helpful.
You'll be a wonderful lover, Brian. What are you doing? Oh, sorry, you just had a little something.
Doing the jokes. There's not a lot of cutaways. There are some, but there's not a lot of cutaways. And they're truly interacting and talking to each other and making jokes on each other, which is another reason why a show with them would definitely work.
I'm leaving.
You can't leave, man. That's desertion. They'll come after you like Peter went after that hockey coach. Oh, no clip. Nope, we had a clip. Nope, okay. You gotta tell you, Brian, I'm a big fan of sundresses.
Oh, yeah, every woman looks good in a sundress.
Yeah, just waiting for a big gust of wind, right? Yeah, good gust of wind. See a couple fannies. Yeah, give a little bare hand slap, a little cup. Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Okay.
Stewie is a real star. Stewie isn't just a gag character. He's emotional, genius level smart, insecure, and self-aware. That gives writers endless space to explore identity, loneliness, and power without turning everything into noise.
He hasn't chopped it off yet.
That doesn't matter. Pierre already identifies as a woman.
And on karaoke night, I identify as George Michael. That doesn't mean it's true. Brian's just mad because he has to be the lady one.
Which makes you the one who's gay in real life.
That depth works best when he isn't fighting for attention. That's why solo Stewie moments work. So if you've noticed over the years, they've dedicated more episodes to him, like the episodes where he's with the little girl.
And that's all we had last night?
What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know, Olivia. Maybe that we are in a sexless marriage. We have yet to have sex.
Do you even know what sex is?
That's not the point. Don't change it's a kind of kick. Look.
And him and Brian are in a lot of episodes together. They have a couple episodes with him and the dad, but it's usually him and Brian, it works. Even if you don't see the rest of the cast in the show still works because they're good characters and they work well with each other. And he does well by himself also.
Haji, listen, you've been randomly selected for additional screening, but you didn't even type anything in.
Look, if it were up to me, you'd be right there on that flight.
But I'm gonna need you to take off your shoes and that lovely, hat.
Sim, Salabim.
Yeah, I
Mr. Lover, lover. Mr. Lover, lover. She called me Mr. Bombastic. Tell me fantastic. Touch me on my back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Call me fantastic. Touch me on my back, she says I'm Mr. Smooth. Just like a silk.
Brian and Stewie replace Cutaways. Family Guy usually fills time with cutaway jokes. Brian and Stewie episodes don't need them. They generate humor through dialogue, tension, and uncomfortable honesty. That's why these episodes age better.
Stewie, no, very bad.
What the hell was that?
A spanking. That was me spanking you.
That's it? Brian, you either gotta be that guy or not be that guy. I don't know what that was.
They, like I said, when they're on the screen together, they do the cutaways, but not as much as they do with Peter's on the screen or when the other characters on the screen, because I think they can write the jokes better for those two characters.
Why is the total an odd number?
Oh yeah, I think one of the Brians died.
What do you mean?
I don't know. One of them landed here with its throat slit.
Oh wait, if one of me is dead, then shouldn't all the me's be dead?
Brian, I don't know anymore. You know what? I guess not. All right. Okay, listen.
Two characters that don't need the cutaways to have the episode work. When Brian does episodes by himself, there's not a lot of cutaways because he can carry a scene by itself without that with any of the other characters on screen.
Morning, RB.
RB?
That stands for Real Brian. Morning, RB. Robot Brian.
Well, much like every other RBs, you are making me sick.
It has greatness in them, but it's really about having the courage to just kind of get inside your own head and just kind of poke around in there, and be like, hey, oh my gosh, what's under here? Hey, what do you call yourself? Oh, wisdom. Oh, profundity. Oh, truth. Hey, let's all just go hang out together.
Brian is better outside the Griffin house. When Brian isn't stuck reacting to Peter, he becomes layered, pretentious, flawed, hypocritical, but interesting.
Writer who inherits a magic typewriter that writes for him, but then it turns out the typewriter is racist? Totally makes sense. Older technology, older worldview. And that is a good day. I earned some banana bread.
Stewie constantly checks him, exposes him, and forces growth. That dynamic disappears in group chaos. Brian needs contrast. I've always said this watching the show that he works better without everybody around him. Like when he's doing his own solo episodes, it's super funny. Like the one where he got his teeth fixed, that shit was hilarious.
I could do something more for you. I could make you rich. No, that's just money. I'll think of something else.
What are you talking about, Brian?
No, I said too much. All I can say is underpriced waterfront property that's guaranteed to appreciate in value.
Or the one when Stewie and them went to the dog universe.
Pick up my poop!
Pick up my poop! I'm not picking up your poop. Hey, you, pick up that poop.
You heard him, Brian. Pick up my poop. Go on, pick it up. Do it.
Pick up my poop. I need a plastic bag.
Here's a thin napkin.
It all works well without the rest of the cast, and that's why a show based on those two would definitely work. I think it would probably be a long-lasting series. I don't think it would get canceled after 4 seasons like the Cleveland Browns show did. But I think that a show with them two would definitely work.
Yes, I for one say this is long overdue. It's about time people of color broke bread at this table.
Broke bread? What are you, St. Francis of Assisi all of a sudden?
A Brian and Stewie spinoff would feel smarter. A Brian and Stewie spinoff wouldn't need loud jokes. It would just need better writing. Smaller settings, travel arcs, conversation about politics, existence, ego, and fear. That's where the characters strive.
I love you. I mean, nothing like a, hey, let's have an underpants party or whatever grown-ups do when they're in love. I mean, I love you as one loves another person whom one simply cannot do without.
Why, I love you too, Stewie.
It already works. We've seen it. We've seen it in a bunch of episodes, especially when they talk about politics, which is funny because Brian thinks he knows everything and he doesn't know anything. And Stewie always checks him, which is always fun.
Why am I holding a dinner platter that says McCain Feingold?
Oh, that's pretty good. That's funny.
You don't get it?
No, I totally get it.
It's always funny when they check each other. Even Brian checks him sometimes. So I think that would work as like a buddy cop type show, whatever, them going back and forth with each other, get into different situations. I don't know how the family aspect would work. I don't know if you would have the family come over from time to time, or it would just be a couple minutes with the family or whatever. But I think a really layered show about those two and their everyday happenings would definitely work on Fox.
You give my life purpose, and maybe that's enough, because that's just about the greatest gift one friend can give another.
Thank you. Here, put this on. How long have you been here?
7 a.m. All right, here's your hammer, here's your walkie, and here's your stud finder.
Oh, well, it's working.
All right, joke time is over. Work time has begun. You get started with this drywall, and I'm gonna start pulling out those old floorboards in the kitchen. Hey, Brian. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
2 friends building a house together.
The show writes itself. Put them on the road, give them missions, debates, problems, and moral gray areas. Let Stewie be brilliant and vulnerable. Let Brian be confident and hollow. The tension is comedy.
Oh, crap. All right, let me handle this.
You were going 65, fella. That's 10 miles over the... Why are you holding that infant hand?
We met on the internet. Shut up. Yes, he lured me down to the park with promises of candy and funny stories.
This is a series. I think it would definitely work. Like I said, they work well together already. You can put them in a bunch of different situations. They've been in a bunch of different situations on the regular show.
Getting my bronze on, baby. Hey, what do you think of my recumbent tan pose? Legs probably spread a little wider than they ought to be, but who gives a damn? This is just Tan Stewie being Tan Stewie. Check me out, Brian.
And it seems like the show is centered around them most of the time anyway. You have Peter shows every now and then, but most of the shows in at least the past 6-7 seasons have been centered around Stewie and Brian. And Brian's hilarious. He's so funny, especially when he's wrong. And like I said, Stewie always puts him in his place, and it's just good comedy that would definitely work on a weekly basis.
What do you think of that? I'm not going to change you. What? I said I'm not going to change you. You can't be serious. What if I make a fudgy? Well, I just moved, that's all. I just moved. Gross, I just did!
You, where are you from, boy?
Quahog.
We only got two things in Quahog, steers and queers. I don't see no horns on you. What does that make you, boy?
Queer?
Right.
Oh, I go.
Yeah. You find something funny? Private dancer? Dancer for money? Any old music will do?
Well, actually, yeah, your last little back and forth there with Stewie, the whole queer thing, that was actually pretty funny.
Oh, God.
Why this would potentially outlast Family Guy. Family Guy relies on shocking speed.
You hear me? Yes. Hey, you hear me? Yes. You are going to hold down that football until Charlie Brown kicks it. You got that?
Peter, what are you clenching in that fist there?
Well, that was sadder than what I was going for.
It's true. I'm taking your shoes. Hey, you see that fire extinguisher there?
Dad, that's enough! That's enough! That's enough, Dad!
Brian and Stewie rely on conversation and character. That style ages slower. That's why their episodes still hold up.
Thanks, Brian. And if I'm honest, I was to blame for said difficulties.
Oh, buddy, I never cared. Now let's get you out of here before someone recognizes you.
Next time, let's just bring a hat and glasses.
A spinoff wouldn't fight these trends, it would ignore them. That's longevity. That's how most of these shows last longer. Characters like these are proven commodities in TV.
Look, this is going to sound racist, but...
Stop. No, hear me out. It's just stop. All I'm saying is stop. It's just stop.
Norwegians can't dance.
Oh, that's actually not as bad.
The buddy cop thing always work. The back and forth always work. And shows like those last longer. The Family Guy show is a totally different entity because they have branching characters and all this stuff. You can still have that, but it wouldn't be that much of the extra characters. Just like when they have their own episodes on the show, it's pretty much those two, and then every now and then a character will come in. But it's mostly those two, and I think that's why the show starring those two characters in particular would definitely work.
Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name?
Who sings that song?
James Taylor.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
Oh, now that you got me back as a friend, what are all the great things you have planned for us?
Okay, all right, fine, I got nothing.
Exactly. And you were such a jealous little bitch that you had to ruin the one friendship I really cared about.
Maybe I'll just go out and get some ice cream. Let's go.
You know, Brian, I'm starting to think we're going to get through our rocky road.
The audience is already there. Fans already rank Brian and Stewie episodes as the best. That's the data. The man isn't hypothetical, it's proven. A show doesn't need reinventions, just focus. That's how spin-offs succeed.
Didn't realize all our solar panels are made by Chinese political prisoners.
Yes, white liberals have a lot to answer for.
Well, I'd say conservatives do as well, especially in a post-Roe v. Wade world.
Those are some of the best episodes. The Brian and Stewie episodes are some of the best episodes on the show. Maybe some Brian Quagmire, they work well together too because they hate each other.
How can I help you, Brian?
Why are you doing this? Why are you running for mayor?
Let me think. Oh, yeah, out of spite. Spite for you.
That's not a reason to get into politics.
It's the only reason to get into politics.
Well, you're just wasting your time because you're not going to win.
I don't know about that. You seem pretty afraid.
And that's always a good 1-2 punch when you got two characters that are friendly, but they hate each other on the down low, whatever. So maybe Quagmire and Brian would work too. But overall, the Brian and Stewie episodes are probably some of the best in the show's run, in my opinion.
Do you know what the Big Bang Theory is?
Yeah, the theory that the universe started with a massive outward explosion from a singularity of infinite mass and infinite density.
Check out the big brain on Brian. Good.
When they finally noticed that Stewie could be like a star on the show, and they started focusing more on him, those episodes were brilliant. They were good. And then he's being gay.
Wow, look at how gay we are. I am so gay with my gayness. Me too. I'm a homo. Any room for one more?
Hell yeah.
And being funny. It's all fucking good. I love Stewie. He's just awesome to me.
You were born in the universe. How could you create it? It's called a temporal causality loop. The universe created me, so I could create it, so it could create me, and so on.
That's
That's the most incredible thing I've ever heard. So wait, that means that I kind of created the universe too?
No. You're sort of the Garfunkel of the universe.
What the hell?
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh, great, of course it's one of them. What? Stewie, adults are allowed to say racist things because of traffic. Well, don't get so angry. Just tell your insurance what happened, and then, you're driving away because you don't have insurance.
Brian and Stewie are the spinoff blueprint. Every successful spinoff starts off the same way, by narrowing focus and strengthening chemistry. Brian and Stewie already have defined roles. One questions everything, the other challenges everything. That contrast creates endless stories without forcing jokes.
The fusion of gymnastics and karate.
No, Stewie, I won't do that. It's too dangerous. I swore I'd never teach gym kata again.
Brian, there's a 22-year-old Mongolian heiress who's being held captive in a mountain fortress that happens to have a pommel horse in it. There's no other way.
That's why those episodes don't feel like detours. They feel complete, focused, and self-contained. Exactly how spin-offs are supposed to work. A spin-off wouldn't need reinvention. It would just need consistency. I think that if done correctly, if they wanted to go that route, they already did it with the Cleveland Brown Show. And The American Dad is pretty much a spin-off of Family Guy too.
Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on his face and shining a salute to the American race.
So they already have the proof of concept. And if they put these two proven characters that are already funny together that people like in a show, it would definitely work. It would be ratings bonanza, especially the first couple seasons because people want to see new shit. So if they were to put this show together, a Brian and Stewie show with a new theme song and shit, I think that shit would be awesome. People would definitely watch it. Because like I said, people watch the Cleveland Show, people watch Family Dad, Family Guy. Wait, what is it called? American Dad. So it would be in the vein of those shows, and those shows already work. So Fox, do it.
These questions, this is why I didn't want to let you have a soda in the car.
It's not because of the soda, God.
That's gonna do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. You can do it on anybody else's channel. And you decided to give me a couple minutes here today, so I truly appreciate it. There's only 24 hours in a day, and you gave me a couple minutes. Thank you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Hope you liked the video. Check out my other videos. You might find something you like. Have a good one. I'll get at you guys on the next one. You've been watching